Really wanted to touch quickly on this, just because I thought it was awesome. WWE Cody Rhodes and the American Nightmare and Brandi Rhodes 2-pack. I wanted to highlight this. It went on sale today, actually, which is really cool. I don't think it's sold out yet. Nope, still available for pre-order. I think this is the first pair of duck lips I've seen on action figures in a while. Uh, I'm pretty sure, like, somebody correct me in the comment section. Have we seen duck lips on action figures before? Because I think this is pretty much, and they got the closed eyes too. That's purpose built. You can't really do that with anything. This set is pretty much done in stone. Like there aren't that many kissing characters that I can like off the top of my head, unless you can correct me, Brick, or somebody in the chat. Is there any pair of kissing characters?
Yeah,
Like,
well, I will say one of the big missing pieces from my Star Wars collection is the kissing Luke and Leia. Oh, sorry, never mind.
But yeah,
I
what are your
think
thoughts?
you're right. I don't know of any kissing characters, and I will say I'm not a wrestling guy much at all, but I'm always checking out the figures. And I especially am intrigued by Mattel's wrestling figures right now in particular because I like Masterverse. I really do. I
Yeah,
do
of
a
course.
show about it. I'm a fan, but I'm always intrigued by like the other figure builds that Mattel's doing. And there's some cool stuff there, like the butterfly that we don't get in Masterverse that I've always sort of wondered about. So I like that. And the reason I'm especially looking right now is because I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to do their DC figures and what they're capable of. So these wrestling figures, they've got some great articulation points. There's a lot of cool sculpts going on. At least in these renders, they look kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very
Look at that.
very interested
Look at
in
those
the.
poses.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can definitely get some really cool stuff going on with these guys. And of course, the American Nightmare, he's just killing it right now after he got signed. But the other thing that got me is this cool little mask that he's actually included in the figure.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's really neat. Like, I don't know the current storyline. I don't know what's happening with the. I'm pretty sure everybody, like, there's a lot of people in the chat's like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, I probably don't. But I'm digging this. I'm digging this set. I'm digging this set. It's really neat, right? And I'm getting into wrestling myself right now, like big in a lot of big ways because me and my friend Danny Green, we're about to embark on a journey
the
of our own.
lucha. Yes, that's
Very
right.
So I was very much interested in seeing these guys and how they were going along with this one. So very, very excited to see this. If anybody's interested, it's still on sale, $70 for this pair, which I don't think is a bad price for a pack out like this. It comes with a belt. He comes with a this wonderful mask. I'm digging the mask. I like the mask a lot, actually. I think that mask is really neat. And of course, it comes with Brandi and the American Nightmare himself. So really, really cool, awesome stuff. So yeah, and it's not soft goods though. Which has surprised me. It's actually a really soft plastic for the overcoat. So I think that's really neat. What you got to do is you detach the arm. I think you detach these arms. So I think he has a second set of arms too, right?
So that's cool. So you're saying there's a removable arm that plugs into that butterfly, and if so, like I said, they're doing some pretty cool things with these bodies, these wrestling bodies.
Now these are digital renders. I think it's pretty clear that these are digital renders.
Yeah.
So, but there you can see it. Do you see that one right there?
Yeah. No, I've seen a lot of their coats and how like the sleeveless or whatever, is you put it on and then their arms have the actual sleeves. So, and there's so much ornate stuff going on there with that like frill, that golden frill and stuff that would be so expensive as soft goods.
Yeah. And I have seen this done before with AEW where they have their like their premium line, their supreme line or whatever it is. Because I was always wondering about that butterfly joint, how well it would hold up if you keep popping, the joints out. But apparently it should be fine. So, yeah, very cool. I'm very, 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 very interested in that particular set. Yeah,
painted gold. So these two are married.
It could be a storyline. I don't know. Again, I'm not in on the I'm not in on the current storyline.
Sure.
So I mean, they could be married. I don't know. They might be.
I looked her up. I looked to see the likeness or whatever, how close they were.
Yep.
She's an attractive woman.
She is absolutely. Brandi.
Mhm.
I've seen multiple characters of her, so multiple action figures of her. So yeah, absolutely.
I have a
Yeah,
few wrestling figures, a lot of AEW ones, and they're mostly like the women, just because I think they're
yeah,
cool women for customizing.
absolutely.
And the Jade Cargill is like one of my
Yeah.
favorites. So.
And in terms of Easter eggs, for this Easter weekend, Brick, we definitely have to dive into McFarlane's Last Stand. He's making the most of it. He is making the most of it, Brick.
It's crazy. That's
Wow,
a lot of figures,
that is a
and
lot.
we know these aren't the only ones, but that's a
No,
lot of new figures before he goes out.
he's just gonna pump them out like it's going out of, because it is going out of style. He is literally losing it. Like it's not even figuratively anymore. He is literally losing it. Quite a number of characters in this lineup.
True,
I
touche.
am totally on board with this right now. I want to see more. I want to
Cool.
see what he's going to pump out and how fast he's going to pump them out and what he's going to do with it. So it's going to be pretty crazy. As Mike from Tidarium Hanger alluded to, they've sold out pretty quickly, but they will be back. These are going to be available in store. There's not going to be. This is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I have been looking for a Fortune of Solitude, and this really tickles my nostalgia strings, man. Like seriously. Gunn is definitely going in for the very Donner type of aesthetic. You know what I mean, with a throwback to the 70s. Richard Donner, of
Even
course,
those
being a
music
visionary.
cues, those John Williams music cues in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
trailers.
There you go. Right, absolutely, 100%. And this just tickles my nostalgia strings so much. Now it's mostly cardboard, very much McFarlane style, but every now and then you'll see little bits of the crystal shards in the background. You know what I mean, like right at the ends. Very much in line with his Batman 66 type of aesthetic.
Yep.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? But I don't
Mhm.
mind it. This speaks to me. This speaks to me on a certain level. We did see this set up in the trailers when he's being operated on. You can see the sundials in the background, right, where they open it up to give it.
Charge
One
them
thing,
up.
to charge him up. One thing I didn't understand about that whole procedure: why was he screaming? I mean, like in every other depiction, the sun heals Superman. This one looks like it was like, for whatever reason, hurting him for some reason. I wonder if we're going to get some sort of
Yeah, I don't know what
explanation.
the extent to I don't know what the extent to his damage was, and
Yeah, like
but he was
maybe I don't know if Brainiac's in this one, but maybe he injected something into him that makes it excruciating. I don't know.
I mean,
It's crazy. Um,
Krypto's a good dog,
those
but
are
I
fun.
will say he was a
Yeah,
little rough when he brought him home.
I
So
thought that was hilarious. That was less of a trailer reveal more than an extended scene.
yeah, it really
Um,
was.
but I did like the fact that they showed the robots. I thought that was really neat. We're gonna get to that.
I was gonna ask you to guess which of these toys that you had on the big list that I really like, and that is the one that I was like, they did a
I figured
really good job on that one.
I knew that was going to be up there for sure.
Mhm.
That was definitely a thing. As is typical with McFarlane, a little bit minimalistic on the details.
Mhm.
Um, Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. But that control panel could definitely use some work. I mean, it is pretty. Mind you, this is
It's
what
in the
five.
superpowers, right? It's the
Yeah, 5 P. I
superpowers
was about to say
line.
it's like
So
5 POA, right? So
yeah.
yeah. So
To me, if
it's
you look at those old superpowers sets, it's actually I will say it's compared to say like some of the Hall of Justice back in the day,
yeah.
it's actually more detailed because it's trying to work on the sort of like movie details of stuff. So whereas those old things, like my cousin had the Hall of Justice, and it literally was just like the insides was like a carrying case, and
I
like
know. It was all cardboard, but the exterior
yeah,
was a little bit of plastic. It
yeah,
was actually, you know what? I remember those things being more like lunchboxes than anything
uh
else.
huh,
I thought they were
yep.
hilarious. I love them though. I wouldn't change it for anything. I wouldn't change it for anything. Um, yeah, it's a neat looking set. So this is the entire pack out. We have the rear of the set here in one section. We have the towers themselves,
Hmm.
generators, the operating chair, if you want to call it that. Actually got a base. I don't know if it rotates or not, but I think you just like slot it down. And then we have the two side panels, which again you can arrange these in any format that you like. So what's the price on this thing right now? Fortress. It is.
Yeah, I'm really curious because his vehicles for these things have been a nice price
Yeah,
point for
and for whatever
superpowers.
reason, does anybody know how much it is? It went up for sale, didn't it? I'm not
I
sure. It's
don't
not
know.
listed here. It's the prices aren't listed here, but I'm pretty sure somebody in the chat can give us a hand and tell us how much that is.
I'll take a look.
Um, I'm very much into the box art. It's so retro. It just reminds me so much of superpowers. I just love it. Great stuff. Of course, as graphic designers, kind of like meh, but what can you do? I mean, like this is the throwback kind of idea, right? Right, Brick. I mean, it's
Oh
fun.
yeah.
It's just
No,
fun.
it totally is, and I'm trying to find you that price, but it's sold out on Amazon. Let's see on GameStop. It was $39.99.
Hmm. It's a bit pricey for a bunch of a bunch of cardboard, but then again, McFarlane it was one of the ones on record to say that they are currently raising prices on their figures. So
Oh, you know what though? Because I was about to say what seems to be missing is like the robots because of that scene and it's like, but in the photos on GameStop, and I'll put that in the private chat if you wanna. There it is. You
yeah,
got it there.
no, yeah,
So does it come with it?
no, the robot is
It
separate.
doesn't. So they're
No,
doing a separate sale for just the robot
yeah,
for
yeah, those are figures in themselves, which makes sense.
okay. Well, yeah, because then you'd want to buy what is it, 3 or
At
4
least,
of
at
them,
least,
right?
at least three, if not four, right?
It's kinda cool. It's definitely a cool little set. It is, I will say, a little odd in that Superpowers has that minimalist
Yeah, see,
kind of 80s toy aesthetic, and, they're trying to find that sort of balance because they're trying to push the new designs for the new
yeah,
show. But I think it's a really cool set.
I
I
think so
love to
too.
see it.
I'm not sure it's 40. Did you say 40 or 39.99? Is that what you said?
40 bucks. Yeah,
40 bucks.
39.99.
I'm not
Yeah.
100% sure it's $40 worthy, but I like it. It's not bad, right? Maybe if it goes
Yeah.
on, like, I'm sorry to say, but maybe if it goes on sale, I might consider picking one up. But at $40, I think I can wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, you and I could design this thing in our sleep. Now
Yeah.
that I got an idea, oh yeah, I'm making this
You
myself.
just you print out the cardboard. No, I hear you. Or like go the extra yard and go find yourself a Kenner
We will
Battle
figure
of
it out.
Hoth playset,
We
you know
will
what I'm talking
figure it
about?
out.
The Battle of
Yeah,
yeah, and
yeah,
then just
yeah, yeah. You and I will figure that out, Brick. You and I will figure. We'll bring it to the next Legion's Con. You know what I mean? Like, or we'll bring it to the West Coast.
Mythic
Uh,
Meetup,
yeah,
May 3rd,
the West Coast.
Sacramento. Yeah.
100%.
I think it's cool though. I'm happy to see them
Yeah,
doing this. I wonder if, you're talking about the West Coast Mythic Meetup. Owen will be there. I wonder if he's actually worked on this stuff now that it's
maybe,
being solicited. He could
maybe.
probably tell me.
Yeah.
But I think it's
That's
cool, and I'm really happy to see them making such a proud push for the new movie. So between like
yeah,
they could have just done the DC I forget Multiverse or whatever they call
yeah, yeah.
the 7-inch figures, but it's kind of cool to see them try and do like a throwback thing in the superpowers and
Yeah, I appreciate it.
good for them.
It's their last chance. Might as well go out with a bang. Guy Gardner is available on Superpowers, part of the Superman movie. This is interesting because this is the first non superpowers figure movie tie-in. I think. So this is neat. The fact that they're actually putting this in superpowers. I wasn't
Oh, I
expecting it.
see what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I see what you.
yeah. I was
Did they
not
not do a
expecting.
Batman 89 anything?
I haven't seen him.
That would be
No.
the only one that I would
Yeah.
imagine, but
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
like, I think they did figures which looked like, and I don't think it was Kenner, but it might have been Kenner. But they did ones that looked like 89, but I don't think they actually did 89.
Oh,
If so,
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, they totally
yeah,
repainted. Yeah, no, I
yeah,
hear what you're saying back in the day.
yeah.
No, but I was wondering for the new superpowers line if
I
they
don't
ever did
think
any
so.
old movies.
Unless somebody in the comments, do you guys know
Eh,
if they did a
it's
Batman 89 movie? Because I
who
don't think so.
knows?
Because this one has the movie branding. You can actually see it right there in the
Yep,
corner,
yep.
even with
I will
DC,
say,
right?
look at that, 2 things. The head sculpt and
Yeah.
everything, I think looks a little cooler than the
No,
actual,
you are 100%
one
correct.
from the movie.
I don't know what they did with what's his name? Who's the actor? No, Nick, Fillion, Nathan Fillion. I don't know what
Nathan
they did with
Fillion.
Nathan Fillion's head, but his nose looks twice as big as it really is. I don't know what happened there. There's something wrong with his nose, because that mop top, the Beatles mop top head, and his face, I don't know what happened. His nose looked twice as big when I saw that first shot. Now, mind you, we've only seen one shot. You know what I mean? We haven't seen that many. So I'm interested to see what else is coming. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Guy Gardner. I mean, like, I think he looks cool. You're right, though. I think he looks cooler here than he does in the movie. That's freaking crazy.
I think so too.
The suit, I'm okay with the suit. It's not your traditional Green Lantern suit, but I mean, it's pretty neat. You know, he's always had that vest thing, right? Going
Did
on.
you happen to ever read my favorite Guy Gardner stuff comes out of the Justice League International stuff, JLI back in the day. Is his name McGinnis? Keith something? I forget the artist. But that art right there, I don't know if they got somebody to emulate his art style from Justice League International or they actually got the artist. But again, I will say both the figure and the card art looks much cooler than the way Nathan Fillion looks in the actual movie.
Totally on board with you there.
But that eyebrow right there is classic Guy Gardner from Justice League International. And
now, mind you, Todd has friends in the comic book industry, so I'm pretty sure it wasn't hard for him to find an artist on that level. So
Kevin McGuire. That's
Kevin McGuire. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Sorry, blanking out on the name of this guy. It is
begins with a B. Maybe zoom in. It's probably there.
It's not there.
It's not there. I gotta remember some comics. It ends with an
Metamorpho.
Yeah, Metamorpho.
Metamorpho. Yeah, it's Metamorpho.
I was for some reason my brain was going Bizarro, but no, it ends with a no.
Probably part of the movie, but I don't know what the hell's going on with his shorts. Like, I'm guessing
100%.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's the movie. It must be something in the movie because
it must be. Yeah, I fully reserve. I will say, like, I as much as I was saying the way Nathan Fillion looks, I'm looking forward to the movie and want to see it before I make final judgment. But because they're, like some of the designs I find to be a little bit odd and goofy. But that said, like, if you really look at the MCU, I would argue that most of their costume designs can be kind of goofy if you're just looking at them as stills. So I don't know, but I appreciate the attempt to do like the scarring that they did on his face. It's not how I've sort of pictured Metamorpho from, again, I think he was in JLI and some other stuff that I'm familiar with. But
so is this 7 POA or 8 POA? Does his waist twist?
Does anybody know?
Like? I'm not collecting these, so I'm pretty sure Mike or somebody in the chat can tell us if the waist twists. But right now these are 7 POA from just by looking at it. But yeah, they definitely look cool. I mean, it really does harken back to the purest form of action figure collecting, though. You know what I mean? Where articulation was not as important as aesthetics, right? So yeah, I could, like, if I was collecting on card, I definitely would be in on these, like, 100%. Mr. Terrific here. He's a lantern or not?
No.
He's
like he's like a super genius. He's wearing a what? A ring?
No, he's wearing the same symbol on his chest that Guy Gardner is wearing. So I wonder if that's part of the movie. Because if you look at Guy Gardner,
yeah. I mean, they're not spoilers. They're just people, I think, sort of trying to understand what might be happening in the movie.
Yeah.
And it might be that they are both hired by the same corporation to be a superhero team.
Interesting. Which is, again, kind of the whole premise of the movie is a bit interesting to me. I mean, like, usually when you release a Superman movie titled Superman, I didn't expect to see this many superheroes in a Superman. I was gonna say just call it Justice League. Like, it's kind of weird, but yeah, fascinating. So yeah, the aesthetic is definitely there. I mean, they've definitely got it down packed on these figures.
Yeah, I think they do such a good job of like you said, really taking the old superpowers aesthetic from Kenner and taking the new designs. I've appreciated seeing how they pull these off.
Yeah, and you're right. I think that there must be some sort of, because both Guy Gardner and Mr. Terrific here, they both have this vesting going on, right? So,
well, take a look at Derek Dalzell. He's saying it's Max Lord's team outfit. That's what I was.
What it is?
That's what I was sort of like alluding to in terms of, like, they're like a corporate superhero team.
Got you.
which is so Guy Gardner.
I love I love the shoes. I've always loved. I love practicality in superheroes often because
Mhm.
when you cosplay, one thing always bugs me whenever some people cosplay Spider-Man and they're wearing shoes. I'm like, what the hell's that, right? So when they start putting practicality into superhero costumes, I tend to like that. It would have been nice if he came with his orbs though. Like that's the one thing. Like very limited in the accessories for many of these characters though.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So
I'm
anyway,
thinking back to the old superpowers days, and you're right that like Green Arrow obviously had his bow and
yeah,
his quiver back in the day.
at least one. You know, just one.
Joker had his awesome hammer that you could put over a
Oh
character's
yeah,
head.
yeah.
Penguin's umbrella. So,
And of course, these guys don't have their action feature. I mean, it's just so
oh
difficult.
yeah, you can't squeeze his legs.
No, can't squeeze his legs. I mean, you can, but nothing's going to happen. So anyway, Superman. Um, so is this a bang or a bust for you? In so much that is it a lazy repaint or is it a decent reuse? What are your thoughts on this one?
Again, because it's superpowers, to me, this is the way to do it. Like,
Yeah,
I know that's I don't mean that to be a cop out. Like that's the superpowers aesthetic, right? And it's sort
I
of
get it.
like you take the look. We had the molds, we painted it. And, you know, like you were mentioning the Batman '89 figures. There was a point where they're literally just taking the old molds from superpowers and painting them, repainting them. So that seems to be the art direction of this line, was to embrace the 80s-ness of it all. So
I got you.
I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
I got you. The only reason I bring it up is because should they have painted some lines? You know what I mean? Should they have done something a little bit more? But I think
I'm
I'm
with
with
you
you.
on that.
Yep.
No, but I'm with you on the lines. I thought you meant more so should they have like had a new sculpt with
No,
like,
no.
because the head is a little bit different, the cape is a little bit different. But no,
Yep.
I think maybe the lines would have been helpful. What's weird is when you look at how much deco went into the Green Lantern and Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
You do wonder like why wouldn't they do that as such a key part of the new
Yeah.
character's style? But
Yeah. Is the S too big?
uh, the movie's not out, like,
Well,
so it's not in my brain
look,
enough.
it doesn't even
Right,
come near his stomach. Is
that's
what
true.
I'm.
I just don't. Yeah, you're right. It is too big compared to the model. I
I
just
mean, it's
wouldn't
just
know.
yeah. And I think that he's got a collar. Yeah, he's got a bit of a
Well,
collar. I mean, it's again,
yeah.
you could argue so many different things in this sense, right?
What they could have done, because they're using the same
Did they
cape, which creates the same silhouette, is if they and it's expensive, but they could have done the cape 2 colors and actually done the collar blue.
Okay, now somebody help me in the comments. Are those new boots? Because the original Superman, like it's got more of a V, an actual like V cut. These ones actually are more like the movie, which I think it would be kind of weird considering the fact, where is the original? Let me bring it up. Superman superpowers.
I'm
McFarlane.
in it, and it's different boots
Oh my god,
for sure.
that now I'm kind of weirded out by that.
But I also don't know the line enough to know whether or not those boots existed for a different character.
I'm hoping because again, that to me, we're just being, we're just talking about it, right? How it's just kind of weird, right? It's kind of weird that they would do the boots and nothing else at this point, right? That just seems a bit strange to me. And I'm looking through the line, and so far I'm not finding anything that has boots similar to that. So odd. I'm just gonna leave it as odd because those are brand new boots, as far as I can tell right now. Those are brand spanking new boots. So very very odd. Love the cape. I'm again soft goods everywhere. I love the fact that they have soft goods on this one, and it looks like an actual piece of the not fabric, but they have a really nice S on the back. So yeah, I'm in it. I'm in it for sure. I'm definitely in on this one. And then we have a statue. What are your thoughts on McFarlane Statchins? Are you into the Statchins? I think there's the slightly
Not
bigger one.
not in the least.
Not at all.
I'm happy for anyone who's into them, but not in the least interested in them.
This is the
And I've
1/6. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I've seen some of the Marvel stuff in stores. It's not for me.
Yeah. My other thing about him, if anything, is that just like most McFarlane, it's pretty close, but it's not quite there.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like Like it's good enough, and this has always led people to the question: do they pay for likenesses? Like it's one of those things. Like you just gotta question that sometimes.
Do you even pay for likenesses? That's funny.
Wow, that is a he's packing, man. He's packing.
That's where he yeah, he's covered in lead right there for reasons.
I really do love the I'm digging the Donner crystalline structure. I love it. I love that. I love the whole idea. I
Mhm.
just really do love that. Like he was onto something, he was a visionary. Richard Donner? Richard Donner was
Mhm.
definitely a visionary. Dude, that thing is literally sticking out. You know what? I cannot now I'm looking at it. Now I'm just like staring right at it,
I'm
man.
telling you, he has a special lead-lined cup that
It's a
accentuates
lead
his
line cup.
yeah, he's
I it's
gotta
a
protect the
bang.
goods.
It is whoever the sculptor was on this, mwah, chef's kiss. Absolutely. Just keep it going. You're doing great. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh.
No, I'm saying this is a bust for me. I was never really into the statchins. I'm not really a statchin kind of guy. The sculpt is
Mhm.
great though. Oh, and soft goods cape. Wow, soft goods cape on that. That's pretty good. I did not realize that this one came with soft goods. That's interesting. What is the MSRP on this one here? Of course, it doesn't want to go anywhere. Oh, I forgot. These have no MSRPs on them. Can somebody let us know how much the MSRP is on that one? Interested in that. Then we finally get into the more larger characters. This is called a kaiju. Did I miss something? Is this an actual character in
I'm
the?
pretty sure it's a character, a DC, like it's not. That's not saying it is a kaiju. I think, but I might be wrong. Let me
Let
see.
me. Can you? Would you mind? I just got to do something really quick. Break. Would
Yeah,
you would you
sure.
mind just give me a hand here? But yeah, talk a little tell us a little bit about this kaiju if you can figure out more a
I
little bit.
mean, I don't know a ton at all because there is but I don't know what's going on with this character. Oh, you know what? I actually looked it up, and I guess for the movie there is an actual kaiju. Oh, that's right. In the trailer, they were fighting this giant thing. It seemed like Hawk Girl and the sort of Stag Corp heroes were fighting it in the trailer. And I wish I could show that to you, but I don't have controls. But yeah, as far as like the DC Universe fandom wiki, it's listed as kaiju, and the kaiju is a gigantic monster that is an enemy of Superman. So there you go. But I don't know. Interesting to me. Again, James Gunn is really super talented, and he knows how to balance tone and sort of character moments are like totally just his thing, like building characters that you can relate to, that you can follow, and a lot of heart. And so I say that all because sometimes his choices in visual designs are sometimes for gags, right? So I look at the eyes on that, and that to me is totally like some of the stuff like the recent oh gosh, Suicide Squad with what's his name, Weasel, and some of the things that were even in his sort of recent Combat Creatures. No, is that what it's called? That's Creature Commandos. So anyway, that's what I will. Yeah.
He looks like a
So
giant
anyway,
salamander.
it looks like a giant in the history of, again, I'm reserving judgment on the film, but in the history of some of the things that McFarlane has put out, like his animated series Take on the Clayface, kind of looked, or not, it was like a version of that, looked like thigh, looked like a pile of poop.
Yeah.
And so there was an Aquaman sort of creature that looked a little poopy, a big brown poopy thing. And then looks a little bit on that tip too.
Yeah.
But
This had
I was just saying, I don't know if you walked away and heard, but in the trailer,
yeah.
there is a kaiju that they're sort of
Okay.
battling.
But I'm fascinated that calling it a kaiju. Like that's literally monster
Yeah,
in
and
giant
that
monster in Japanese. Like
that's straight up that's a James Gunn thing. You know what I mean? I feel like that's him being a fan and of certain things and just
yeah,
being a nerd and just like, hey, we got a giant monster. It's a kaiju. Let's call it what it is.
yeah.
So
This is a chunk. It's not much. right? I don't think it has any neck articulation.
Articulation wise, no,
Yeah,
it doesn't seem to
I
be.
think
It's like a 10-inch figure. It's a 10-inch figure too, which is weird because in unless maybe it changes sizes in the movie, but again from the trailer, it truly is a kaiju.
yeah,
It's gigantic, and
I know.
so it's a weird thing to make
I would
if you're
imagine.
not gonna
Yeah, but no, but I mean,
it's
the
gonna be out of
legs
scale.
alone, like the tail, like what even is this thing? Like,
I mean, I will say if you're familiar with like the Gorilla Grodd and his King
sure.
Kong, they're like this. They don't.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Gorilla Grodd at least has some armor ticket, like
Gorilla
elbows.
Grodd has a little bit more movement, but they're
Yeah,
the King Kong for the films that he's
yeah.
done,
Wow.
they're like this.
And
So
and now I really am curious. Does anybody know how much? Like, I'm gonna look up Entertainment Earth. Does anybody know how much these things
oh,
are? Like the
I just closed it. It was $50, I thought.
$50 for the? No, come on.
Yep,
No,
$50
that is a
over on
bust.
BBTS.
That is a bust and a half for me. I mean, even the deco looks kind of dirty. Like, I'm not. No,
I
that
told
would be
you,
a complete bust. Like,
looks
I
a
don't even know
little
why you
poopy.
bother. And what's with the cartoon eyes? Like everything else is
That's what
so
I was
realistic.
that's what I was also saying. It's like, he's Gunn is loves he's a humorous dude.
I get
And he
that.
loves to do the balance of like, grim at moments, but then like a lot of like fun as well.
Sure.
Like
I mean, the
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Starro was funny, right? I mean, Starro was
Yeah.
hilarious, but
And did you see yeah, in that same movie, Suicide Squad, like Weasel, right? The
yeah, we
eyes
yeah,
were very cartoony.
yeah, but not.
What's his name's? So I don't know. It feels like
I mean,
kind of one of those
what was
moments.
it? Nathan Fillion's character, where he's an action figure, freaking his arms come off. I thought that was just like, what the hell am I looking at? That was just out of there. All right,
In
so crazy.
Guardians?
Yeah, in Guardians.
Mhm.
So I mean, yeah, there it is, right? So wow, that is just so weird. Um,
That's a cool
but
drawing.
it is, it is.
I like
But
the illustration.
this is a total bust for me. I mean, like it's just
I'm not
I
sold on the design
can't.
either. Not even just the sort of limited articulation, but there's not a whole lot in there. Like kaiju creating cool kaiju is an art form,
Yeah,
right? Like you have to make it real interesting. You
absolutely.
have to have a cool silhouette. And to me, it's a little like they just didn't go far enough.
Yeah,
Like maybe make the tentacles even bigger, make the bigger shoulders or something. But right now it
yeah.
feels like the cave troll from Lord of the Rings with a
Yeah,
couple
no,
like
you know what? You nailed it.
dreadlocks.
You
Or
nailed it
some
right there.
dreadlocks.
This looks like a freaking cave troll to me, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he's not that interesting. It's pretty crazy. But yeah,
yeah.
Kaiju, a big, huge, just freaking chunk, man. And here he is again. Metamorpho with the freaking
I really do think that he's playing stuff for laughs. Even the design of him, like I think he's kind of cool looking and creepy.
yeah.
Like that's in my brain when I was reading JLI, I wasn't necessarily
I
picturing.
mean, Polka Dot Man was fun too, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it was a thing.
but
It was
he
a hit.
does so well with the way they're written and their dialogue and their interactions. And to
Yeah,
me, that's an art form. And same with the MCU. Like I don't like a lot of the visuals, but when they start interacting, I'm sucked in. That the rest of that stuff just sort of disappears.
yeah. I mean, again, he's a cool character. I guess
Sorry,
I
when
really
you
have to.
go back, when you did the card
Yeah,
again, it's one of those things where like the card art was much cooler looking than
yeah, for sure. I'm totally in on that. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it's just another one of those things. Metamorpho. Yeah, I have to see the movie. I think I'm convinced now. I have to see. Like, I'm hoping the movie makes me fall in love with all these guys. I think that's really at the end of the day what we're looking at here. And there he is. There's the Man of Steel himself. I mean, I have to say, this is a pretty good figure. Yeah, I think he's all right. I think he's actually all right. This one out of everything, they've done so far, I think that this one's not that. There's something going on with the ears, but other than that, I think that he's okay. He's not bad. He's got that, and it's not really soft goods. Actually, that's not soft goods. I don't know if that's a malleable cape or not, but yeah, yeah, I'm digging this one. It's not bad. What are your thoughts, Brick? This one's okay.
uh what's interesting to me is their movie figures
Yeah,
tend to be like from my taste tend to be a little bit better than their other stuff, their
sure.
DC comic stuff, like the Dune ones, Dune
Oh,
2 in
I love that. Yeah,
particular.
yeah,
More
I get that.
recently, man, I picked up the Chani and I was like, oh, this is great. I went back to find Paul
Yep.
and ended up getting what's his name, the bad guy, Baron
Which one? Baron
Harkonnen's
Harkonnen. Yeah.
the kid though, not
Oh, you're talking about
the nephew.
Fade Rafa.
Fade
Yeah.
Ralpha.
Yeah.
Like those figures are really cool, and I look at his sculpt on his even notice his like the underwear that the diaper that everyone likes to
Diaper.
kind of rag on for
He's
McFarlane.
packing, man. He's packing. I'm telling you.
But also, look, there's detail on it. They actually
Yeah.
sculpted like so. So yeah, I dig it, man.
Yeah. My one regret, and it's not a regret, but he could use a wash.
Oh, always these
Yeah.
McFarlane's always.
There's not much of a wash here. I think that's the biggest. If anything, that's a really big thing.
And I'm really a little disappointed that it's not a soft goods cape,
Yeah.
because again, those Dune figures had surprisingly good soft goods, all wired.
Wait. What's that? What is that? Where does
there
that
you
come
go.
from?
That's soft
Where
goods.
does that come from? He includes both? That's neat. Hold on. How does this work? Wait, is that the same character? Or is that
Maybe we just
is that a gold
misread.
label? Hold on. Is that a gold label? So this is okay, so let's check this out. So that's this.
Oh, there's two.
So I'm wondering that. So is this a gold label? Out of nowhere, is this a gold label? Yes, this is gold label.
With the dog, with
This is
Krypto.
a gold label. It comes with swappable heads, swappable faces.
Mhm.
So he's got the laser eyes. He's got the regular. What's the difference here? What happened there? I'm trying to figure out what's going on there. Was one more stoic and one more furrowed brow. There it is. Furrowed brow. That's all it is. That's so this is the one that's on his head. This is the laser eyes. That's the furrowed brow. And then you get what's it called? You get the dog. Yeah, Krypto. You get Krypto. And soft goods cape. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, you know what? This gold label edition, that's pretty good though, actually. Yeah, see, it's a completely different figure too. Like it actually digs right into the freaking shoulders. Yep, no, it's not a gold label, it's a deluxe. Interesting. What do you think of that move, Brick? I think this is going to be more expensive, obviously.
Yeah, I think it's a weird move, but just because I don't know, I guess props to them for actually going in and making them truly different. Like you're right, that's a different head. The soft goods, obviously. Even Krypto has soft goods.
He's got soft goods. That's awesome. I love it.
So it's an interesting move. I just feel like if I were a fan and I really end up liking the movie, like why wouldn't I just? Am I going to get two different Supermans? They're so close.
I know. I think much of the body is reuse, whereas the other one, unless no,
the underwear look the same.
Why would they change that? Hold on for a second. No, it's the same. Yeah, I think most of it, except for the upper torso, is way different, right? But for the most part, the rest of it's exactly the same. The soft goods really makes it a big difference, though. So it's just fascinating. I was not that shocked me more than anything else. That's fascinating. That's a fascinating look at that.
Is there not a 7-inch Superman robot? Is it only
not yet? Not this. Like these three are the only releases for this wave. I think. I'm not sure if maybe not the wave. Sorry, but these were the only three that were made available today.
Can't argue with it.
I think that's true. So wrapping it all up, what do you think of it? What do you think of this release set? I mean, like, I'm definitely the superpowers one. I think is a bang. I like.
Yeah,
those.
I agree, 100%.
100%.
I 100%. I'm not. I just don't know the movie enough to fall in love with them, but I see the love, the attention that they're trying to bring to those 7-inch figures.
Sure.
To me, the Kaiju one, I just don't understand at all, especially at like that price point. You know, like we had a giant Calabac, we've had a giant Dark Side, we've had the giant, even Aquaman. Remember that Aquaman sort of monster had a little bit more going on than that thing does. But like you said, the Superman is the best of the lot, I think, for the 7-inch figures. Superpowers are 100%. They're great.
Yeah, I think Superman wins out. The other ones are kind of. I'm not sold on the other ones, and obviously people are loving the Superman because that he's gone. He's completely sold out.
Makes sense.
I find it interesting that there actually is no solicitation for the robots. It was just teased on the box art. As far as I know. But yeah, guys, definitely head over to TitanToys.com. They're a wonderful one-stop shop for all your action figure needs. If you do live in the United States or Canada, you can spend up to $250 or more, and you will receive free shipping within Canada and the United States. But Anywhere international, they do ship, and they do have wonderful competitive rates. Of course, with this uncertainty, things are kind of weird. So definitely head over and talk to your Titan Toys representative for more details. And they have a wonderful rewards program to earn points to earn yourself brand new action figures on TitanToys.com. It's really simple. Several ways to earn points. Just for signing up for the points program, you're already earned 200 points right off the bat. For every dollar you spend on Titan Toys, you will receive 2 points towards a new figure. And if you want even more free points, you just have to follow them on X, TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, and you will automatically earn 100 points every time you do one of those. They also have a great buy it now and pay later program. You do have to qualify for it. It's down here. Where did it go? Come here. Wow, they got a lot of stuff on the front page today. It's a buy now, pay later program. Now, you do have to qualify for it. So a lot of people are confused about that. So basically, just click on how do I qualify and follow these steps to get entered into the program. And much like Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth, as you're purchasing things, all you have to do is, if you qualify for the program, you can just buy as much as you want and pay for it upon shipping. They also have a wonderful hoarding program as well. So if you only buy one thing on Titan Toys at a time and you want free shipping, just continue to buy on your subsequent visits. Once you hit that $250 threshold for free shipping, you can choose to ship everything out at the same time to save on shipping. And of course, guys, they do have amazing sales going on right now. As I said, it is the terrifying no tariff sale. So definitely head over there, check out all the wonderful. You like that, eh, Brick? That's
I really do. I shout out to Titan Toys and their alliteration, very comic booky, but
awesome,
Titan Toys, it's the Titan Toys
that's right.
tariff. What is it? No
No,
tariff
it's a terrifying no tariff sale
by Titan Toys.
by Titan Toys. They got a lot of T. Exactly, it's pure alliteration. All the T's that you could ever want. But seriously, they have some amazing sales right now. If you're into army building,
Yeah.
now's the time to pick up some action figures, Star Wars related, GI Joe related, Transformers related, of course, DC Multiverse. You name it, it's all here for the taking. I mean, I was not thinking about Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon Jinn. I was not thinking about Qui-Gon Jinn at all. But now that there's a sale on it, I might actually consider picking up a Qui-Gon Jinn. And you got to watch out because things are selling out quickly. This 1/4 scale Raphael completely gone, and they had a ton of them earlier, and it's no wonder. 157 down to 133. Some really good sales going on right now. You might miss out on the Studio Series 86 Commander Optimus Prime. This guy it was almost impossible to find when he first came out, so don't sleep on these guys. These are really great. If you're looking for vehicles, I mean, they have pretty much everything. They have the Tumbler, the Camo Tumbler, the Cobra Night Attack Stinger, and they're all on sale right now at TitanToys.com. Definitely, guys, give TitanToys.com a like and a follow, please. And we really do appreciate all the support that they give us here on Mega J Retro. And of course, we are the Titans Talking Toys. Brick, of course, is helping fill in for my good friend Danny Green, and I really do appreciate it. Huge shout out to Brick Something. It's been an absolute pleasure hanging out with him. And
I haven't hung out with you in a while, and the last couple of times, like you were saying, hey, let's hang out with Carlos and Jorge, and I was like, oh my god, I love those guys, but it's been hard to do the certain night things or whatever. But this was perfect. I don't have to worry about tomorrow, and like I want to hang out with you, and you're talking. There's a lot of like new stuff that I haven't been able to just address. So I love being able to talk about Star Wars, McFarlane, Superpowers, DC. This is really cool. So thank you, man.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. There's a lot to celebrate about during these times because we all need to support each other, and that's what's really important. Brick, any last words before we log off?
Nope. Thank you for having me on. Your group here is awesome, man. There's always cool folks. So nice to meet some of you folks. Absolutely. Especially guys, the Last Jedi love and the Grendel Prime love. Appreciate you guys.
Guys, please check out Brick Something. Subscribe to his channel. He's doing some great stuff. He just plugged his latest video, and it's gonna be freaking awesome as always. He speaks to some great creators, and he does amazing work. He's also an educator, and that means everything today. So give Brick some love. We hope to see you soon, and we will chat to you guys next time. These are the Titans Talking Toys, everybody, and we will catch you on the next one. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye-bye.